What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Kim Wilde. And we're returning for the final track on her 1981 self-titled album. Thank you again to Mark, though there are a handful of bonus tunes included in the folder I'm working from, so we'll have those after this. But the final proper track on the album is Tuning In, Tuning On, which of course makes me think of radio or TV, finding the right channel and turning on the power to some information and or entertainment or visual, auditory, or other sensory delivery system. And of course, the idea of tuning into something can mean paying more attention, connecting yourself to some larger process, movement, or composition. So whether that's tuning into a television station, a radio broadcast, a social movement, a cultural trend, it could relate to becoming part of something bigger. But there is a bit of a technological bent to the phrasing, even if that might be figurative or metaphorical, and it actually relates to tuning into another person or turning on psycho-emotionally or beyond that. So I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Kim Wilde. The track is Tuning In, Tuning On, and it's the final actual track on her 1981 self-titled album. fascinating tune. I thought that was great. Certainly a bit off the beaten path. It had a bit of a dissonant feel right from the beginning, almost like not only was there tension, but it was like a horror synth pop track a little bit, and those intense keyboard chords with that quick guitar sting, that definitely had a bit of a jarring intensity to it. And there were those like longer keyboard runs which were melodic, but again with a bit of a cosmic and uncertain type of atmosphere. And more on that in a moment, because I feel like there's maybe some sonic articulation of the themes happening. But okay, so right away she's talking about a radio signal, tuning onto that, tuning into that. And so I'm thinking, okay, this is about a message. But then eventually she sounds like she's wondering, can a sound and a soul be spread or like travel together, I think the line was. And maybe I'm not hearing that right, but then it sounds like this is something more than just a informational transmission, though we do get a bit of that live sound where it sounded like an electrical signal traveling through circuitry. But then it sounds like she was talking about a seed and the way that it can travel from one place to another, maybe traveling everywhere all at the same time. So it sounds like this could be a message or a movement or a feeling, and she eventually connects it to the beating of her heart, like which she knows, if you can feel that, then you know it's there. So it sounds like she's being maybe not converted to something, but tuning into something where after that she feels part of something much bigger. She's a conduit for a process that's playing out everywhere. And then at the end she comes in with this spoken word vocal like under the still singing vocal, and I love that singing part where she sort of charges up to a higher delivery which almost has this ethereal type of sound. But it sounds like she's talking about something you could see scientifically, something that's almost like a pantheistic view of the universe, that it's actually alive and we're all part of it. So maybe you can see that on the more metaphorical end of someone like Carl Sagan, where the universe, like we are a way for the universe to know itself and so on. But then I thought she said something about scripture, so it could be the idea that this is like a modern understanding of a spiritual or metaphysical type of process where again it's like part of this pantheistic way to see that we are extensions of this larger universe that goes on not just very far, but forever, in all directions and through or across time. And in that regard, it sounds like it could be someone who's come to an awakening through tuning on and tuning in. So yeah, I didn't catch all of those spoken word lines, but that was a really interesting final part or coda to the track that I wasn't expecting. So just a really interesting tune sonically and lyrically, and a very memorable end to the proper album. So yeah, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. And again, it had this dissonant, almost wicked intensity at certain moments. Other moments it was a bit more, as I said, ethereal and melodic, though even then a bit off the beaten path. But there were parts where it had this wicked, dissonant sharpness to it, so I enjoyed that, and it was a bit unexpected. So yeah, a lot of variety over the course of this album, fair to say. Looking forward to the bonus tunes. Once again, shout out to Mark and those who've commented on this deep dive so far. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.